I mean, this is definitely one of the vampiest villains that I have ever seen.
If I don't kiss Van Cool before midnight tonight, I lose the chance to drain his power.
I have been obsessed with all things Jessica Rabbit from when the movie was released in 1988. I thought it would be interesting to take a look at the characters who had come before and after her, those who are just drawn that way. This first character is most interesting. She has a very familiar style to her. The majority of the Scooby-Doo villains in the early days were usually men. They would be masked, and their motive would be something like money or revenge or treasure. In this series that was created in the mid-80s, the Mystery Inc. actually go up against some real, genuine ghosts. So now we're going to take a deeper look into this character. Nekara, from the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo. Nekara might be one of the least remembered villains of the Scooby-Doo series. She's actually an evil enchantress who escaped the Chest of Demons. In the series, The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, Nekara doesn't simply try to scare Scooby and Shaggy. She tries to seduce with her evil powers.
The name is Nekara. Yes, ma'am. Right this way.
This definitely makes her one of the most boundary-pushing villains of the entire franchise. She appears in the episode A Spooky Little Ghoul Like You, where she tries to seduce one of the main characters, Vincent Van Ghoul, voiced here by Vincent Price. So the whole gang is here. It's Fred and Velma, and no, they're not in it at all. There's actually a change. Fred and Velma are away at summer camp or some weird thing like that. So it's just Daphne, Shaggy, and Scooby. There's actually 2 more characters who were put in, so why not throw in one of the best Scooby-Doo characters that there's ever been? Scrappy-Doo. Why would you do that? I don't know. I don't know why they did that. But they added Scrappy. He was everywhere in like the early 80s. There's this new character called Flim Flam. He was this like street vendor that they took in. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's not really a very sensitive character. Shaggy's outfit was altered a little bit, kind of looks the same, but his shirt is red and his pants are blue. And Daphne was completely changed. Well, I shouldn't say completely, her look was changed. So the gang is actually attending the yearly Warlock convention, as you do. And here they're celebrating Vincent Van Ghoul for just being the best Warlock. Warlock of the year, Warlock of the century, Warlock of Warlocks, something like that.
May your lives be long and your mystic powers strong.
'Cause I'm long and I'm strong.
This is the point where Nekara comes in.
I have until midnight to drain all the magic from these simple-minded warlocks.
Her main power is a love enchantment spell specifically designed to work only on warlocks. It's a bit of a limiting power, especially since it only works apparently on Friday the 13th for some reason. I thought her full face reveal here was a little strange, like it wasn't some like big hero shot, like they kept cutting back and forth to just her shape, her legs, her eyes, and then it was just like a quick shot of her. You can see she's got the pouty lips, she's got the heavy eyelid. I mean, she really, really evokes Jessica Rabbit, and this was before Jessica Rabbit really was on the big screen. Now she's after Vincent Van Ghoul because he's one of the strongest warlocks, and if she gets his power, she is essentially unstoppable. Now, her main spell is like this trance, and when it's happening, it's interesting that her eyes turn into these heart shapes. Now, this isn't the first and only character to have hearts in their eyes like this, but I just thought it was pretty interesting that it very much is similar to Roger Rabbit, who is known very much for having those heart eyes. The real completion of this spell happens after they're in a trance, and Nekara kisses them, draining all their powers. She's not looking for a date. She's just looking to mug you of your magic. This is a sort of level of mature villainy that we really didn't see much in the Scooby-Doo franchise. I did try to look and see if there were any artists who worked on both Scooby-Doo and Roger Rabbit, but the designs are really stunningly similar. Nekara is very vampy, very curvy. She even has that peekaboo Veronica Lake type hairstyle. She's got the low voice. Even when she steps out of the car for the first time, there is just the boom chicka boom kind of sound that follows her around. I mean, it's very much like Jessica Rabbit. It's also worth noting that even though Roger Rabbit came out in 1988. Production of it started in the very early 80s, with some designs becoming public in 83. And this series of Scooby Doo actually came out in 1985. A big credit has to go out to the voice actress Linda Gary. Now, if you were a kid in the 80s, you heard Linda Gary all the time. She voiced so many characters, namely for me, who I think about is Evelyn from Filmation's He-Man.
I intend to make the treasure of Stone City mine. And just to make sure you don't interfere with our plans,
She did that so well and so perfectly. I mean, she just nailed that voice. And, voice actors now, sometimes they get replaced and there's AI, who knows what's going to happen. But especially in the 80s, I mean, you heard a lot of the same people over and over again, and they did millions of voices. So after giving an example of her full display of power by draining one of the warlocks there, she sets off to find Vincent Van Gogh in his hotel room for a scene that to me is just hilarious.
Who is it? Scooby-Doo?
It's too much. It's just ridiculous. I don't know, just seeing her and then the voice coming out. Why did she say it so like sappily too? It sounded like he was in pain or something.
I was afraid it might be someone else.
Like who, Vinny?
Nekara.
So Nekara thirstily throws herself at Vincent and manages to hypnotize him just as the gang walks in. So with Vincent under Nekara's spell, it's up to the gang to stop her from kissing him. They try all sorts of silly, ridiculous things. They try to make horrible, terrible music. They capsize the boat.
You blundering fools! By midnight tonight, Van Gogh will kiss me, and his powers will be mine!
I don't know what it is about them getting Nekara wet in this episode, but there's a lot of water going on. It's very Mean Girls. It's giving that where like it's the wet look. Like she looks even better when she's wet. But unfortunately, none of that's going to stop it because Vincent Van Gogh is convinced he wants to marry Nekara, with the kiss needing to happen before midnight so she could drain his warlock power. Nekara actually has a little bit of help along the way with these two ghostly characters called Weird and Bogle. But of course, they keep screwing everything up as 80s characters do. So she has to cast a spell of her own to make this finally happen. It's actually pretty spooky. I mean, for back in the day and for a Scooby-Doo series, I could see this being a little intense. She actually raises the spirits of the dead, and they come and kidnap Vincent Van Gogh, whisking him off to get married to her. Like, that's not the scariest scene, but it's like it is a little bit intense. Like, just seeing this again, it's not fake, it's not projections. That's what happens in Scooby-Doo episodes. Like, this is supposed to be real. It's giving a little Haunted Mansion. What I find funny too is like every now and again, Nekara seems to be aware of the camera. Like every few minutes, she just like hits a pose. And like it's just this weird, it's fast and it's weird. And she's just like finding her light. Now, this is pretty interesting to see Nekara all done up in this ghostly wedding outfit. It's not a white dress, which means, you know what that means. It's red. That is Blanche Devereaux's wedding dress. It is red. And she is followed by two gorgeously ugly bridesmaids I have ever seen. I want an episode just about these two. These are like the wicked stepsisters dug up beyond the grave or something. But this is very Jessica Rabbity. It's very villainous. She's got this tight red dress with a little bit of this flare, like mermaid style with a train. And she's got this like long spider web veil with a bat on the top of it. I mean, this is really, it doesn't get campier and vampier than that. But this is gorge. I love this. I love how she looks. Why were there no toys of this? I mean, it's not too late. I mean, they're doing all sorts of stuff now. I would love to see action figures of this series or anything. Now, the gang actually ends up running into the warlock whose powers were drained by Nekara earlier. He is the one who shows where Vincent Van Gogh and Nekara are going to get married. Midnight is quickly approaching.
The midnight hour is close at hand.
I don't know. I guess it's Daphne who comes up with this ridiculous idea. She just insists that, Shaggy and Scooby and Scrappy are his kids. I don't know. They don't look anything like him. But what's really funny What's really funny, Flim Flam comes out like this little version of him. It's insane. So the clock strikes midnight, the clock is ringing, Nekara goes in for the kiss, but it is actually too late. It was after midnight, and she missed the opportunity.
No!
Nekara, your fate is sealed with a kiss.
Since Nekara is now defeated, she gets sucked back into the chest of demons. This is actually a really good episode. I haven't seen the whole series yet, so I'm going to go and watch because there's quite a few more villains there that I'd like to talk about. But funny enough, this series was canceled before they were able to catch the 13th ghost. That's right, they caught 12 out of 13. So for decades, this was just left open-ended until Scooby Doo and the Curse of the 13th Ghost that was released in 2019. This time, however, the whole gang joins them, Fred and Velma as well. I guess they're worthy now. They're away from summer camp, but their camp ended, I guess.
Who is it?
Scooby-Doo?
So that was Nekara from the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo. So what do you think? Did it look a little similar to Jessica Rabbit? I mean, I think it looked a lot similar. It's interesting again to note that there was that early test version of the character that did end up being shown on television. Again, I don't know if artists who worked on that maybe worked on Scooby-Doo. I can't find anything that says that there were, but these two characters look so similar. But I love it. I love this character. I love this episode. It was great. So I'm definitely going to watch the rest of the series. Thank you very much for joining me. Please like and subscribe and comment down below which characters you might like to see in a future episode. For some reason, I don't know, as a kid, I knew this was Daphne. I knew it was Daphne. I know they said it was Daphne. I knew it was Daphne. It's the same voice actress for many years. I knew it was Daphne. But in my head, I'm like, this isn't Daphne. I don't know who this girl is. This is her cousin or something like that. But in my head, I said, this is not Daphne.